Restructure is a small firm. Do you have advice for other people in small firms that may need to look outside their office to find mentors?
Yes. Why not? Yeah. It is true. Yeah, I have Karina as my mentor, but I feel like that's when I got involved into the AIA, wherever I was. I did the AIAS when I was in college in SCAD in Savannah. And that's how I led. And then from there I went to New York. I did get involved a little bit with the AIA in New York, and not as much as I'd been involved here in Austin. But yeah, always getting in, again, for me, when I got involved with women in architecture, specifically in the AIA Austin, was just pre-pandemic. And one of the first thoughts that I wanted is like, besides knowing who are the chair and co-chair for every committee, because they always are, that's who you see front face, it's like the president. But there's all these people behind it that always makes it run, because again, a president doesn't run the country by himself. There's all these committees, and the same thing happens in every single committee that you join. So to me, one of the the things that I wanted to know is like, who are the people who volunteer? Who are the sponsors that want to sponsor these committee? Who are the leaders? So that's when I approach WIA, and at the current time it was Jess Deaver running it, and she had a film background on it. And one of the things that I approached her, I was like, we need to do videos of who are these people. We need to interview them. And it went to a different thing, and that's how the Profiles video interview series for women in architecture was founded, which I founded with my husband. And we go and interview women leaders around the community, and we have been getting names, and now we're building up a list of things. And then that's what I would say. Mentors I have found new mentors, and I have been able to pair people with mentors that they needed because of that interviews and that like conversations about, you can have mentors in your office, but it's always good to see what else is in your community that might benefit you in your career path. So it doesn't mean that, in a residential firm, in a small firm, you can only find mentors in your firm. You always should look for local chapters, look like places like Immigrants, Architects Coalition, Argentina, all of these people, no matter where they are, they can mentor you remotely, and you can still get to where you want to be in your career path because of that possibility. So
yeah, and with the Austin profile videos you guys do, I've listened to some of them. I need to binge watch a bunch more because they're fun to listen to. How do you find what to focus in on for those interviews?
yeah, well, the first year we focused on diversity because there was a topic on the TXA panel where they were discouraging women, that only men were the one who do it. And so the chair at the time, she said, no, this is going to be the topic. And my idea was, I wanted to interview the leaders, meaning like I want to interview the co-chair and chair. Why are they doing WIA? I wanted to interview the sponsors, like whoever sponsor our committee at the time, but it became completely different. It evolved to what it is today. So in Kira Giles, she said, no, we're doing diversity, and the topic of diversity is very important. So they need to know that, yes, you need to have diverse offices, not only run by men. It run by women, and it runs by many people of color. Doesn't matter your gender, skin, or or whatever ideals you have in your head. And that's how it started. So the first year was only the topic of diversity, and we crossed paths. We went to Houston, we went to San Antonio, we went to Dallas, and we interviewed people in Austin. And then the next year we just focused on Austin, and it was inspiration. It was always one word topic, and I was like, what are we gonna do? I feel like we can keep going to diversity, but I feel like after the pandemic, I think diversity was already exploded on its own levels nationally, and not only in the architectural world. But so I said inspiration. So that's how we dictated it. And I've been looking for interesting topics and questions to ask all of the women leaders that my husband and I have been lucky to interview. And each year we kind of rotate the questions and find new ones that are current to whatever situation our profession is in. Like, the new way of like being inclusive design, even though
Mhm.
inclusive design has never been a topic before or a word itself. I feel like we always have inclusive design, but it's more of an awareness nowadays. So yeah, that's how
Yeah.
it has evolved. And from word of mouth, I've been getting emails. You should interview this people. You should interview this other person. So
I know what that's like.
I know, right? I guess you're firsthand. You're getting it yourself.
Yeah, slowly getting there. I'm just always impressed. You guys can get it down to like nice, really short clips that
Oh my god,
are
my
really
husband.
impactful. And so don't let him see my video editing skills because I'm learning. I've never done video editing before October, maybe end of September. So I've only done 1 month and then I just bug people that know how to video edit. I'm like, okay,
Right.
I'm sure you can do this. How? And
I
so
know.
much just like learning on the fly.
I know. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think he's the magic hands. My husband Gustavo Bernal. I just love him. And yeah, he has a magic for how when he's already in an interview, I think he's already like he's editing the video in
Uh-huh.
his mind, and he gets home and he downloads it even though he doesn't start editing right there, but he's like, okay, they said this and this and that, and they just like piecemeal it.
Yeah, already has
And
a plan.
I know he has a plan. He has a plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Check out the full discussion from this bite of advice here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more mentorDINO content.